So, good morning. So, today we start the second part of classification of elements. Totally, uh, there are two parts. Part number one is introduction about how the modern periodic table is made. So, with all efforts, okay, so from the beginning till now, today, what we are enjoying. So, what were the troubles, what were the limitations, what were the plus points, so what were the guidelines? So on that we discussed, and now we have modern periodic table. Now next is what are the trends? So trends on the modern periodic table. What is meant by trend here? You have seen a trend. A trend showroom you have seen. Hmm? Trend here in science. Trend means it is a particular kind of data or a particular kind of a property is moving in one particular direction. Okay, that means it is changing. So though there is no what regularity is there, but majority they follow this that property. Okay, that is called as what trend. So trend in the fashion. Okay, trend in using the mobiles. So there are some people they are called as trend setters. So they are set their own trend. That is trend in the outside world. Now, here in the science, in chemistry especially, trend in the sense a particular property which is checked by the data which moves in a particular direction keep changing with some anomalies, with some irregularities. Okay, so most of the time the property what is the same. That is called as what here trend. Okay, so that trend, those trends we have to discuss today. Okay, right. So let us study those trends. So excuse me, a small. Excuse me. Okay, one small, a small. Give me a small. I will wash. I will wash my face and come back. Hmm? Okay. Number one. Please see this chart. Periodic trends in properties of elements. Hmm? So totally, we have to see two trends. Hmm? Trends in physical properties, then trends in chemical properties. Okay. So what is meant by a physical property? A property which is explained or told on what outside appearance, just by seeing the outside appearance. For example, color. So by seeing the chemical we can say it's a green color, colorless, or we can carry out a boiling points, melting points, solubility, density. So all these properties are called as what physical properties, where we don't require that much so strong tests here. Okay, but in the case of chemical properties, what happens? We have to perform compulsorily. We have to perform tests. Then only after performing test, by seeing the observing, by seeing the data, we go for the table, that is called as the tabular column. So after everything, so what happens? We come to the conclusion. We go for the inference. So then we do what? Go for the chemical properties. So chemical properties are explained after conducting tests. Okay, whereas physical properties, though we may conduct a test, but they are not so what those tests what we carry out in the laboratory. Okay, so at our own level, at the home level, on the spot, we carry out some minor test and we explain the physical properties. So physical property by the outside appearance, chemical properties by deep going inside the structure part, then only we'll understand its chemical behavior. So accordingly, today we have two trends, trends in physical properties and trends in chemical properties. Under the trends in physical properties, we have to discuss atomic radius, ionic radius, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity. That's all. I think only these five are there for the 11th class. And under the trends in chemical properties, we have to discuss what valency. okay, which is having a close relation to the oxidation state. Okay, then anomalous properties of a second period. So in the second period, starting from lithium, okay, lithium, not sodium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and the neon. So uh, they are the members of the second period. So there are some problems because they're all first member in their respective groups. First member in their respective groups. So always first member behaves in a different way. Okay, why the first member always differs in a particular way differently? So you see properties of other members with the first member in every family, especially this we will notice in the P block. Okay, maximum. So it is there everywhere, but the effect is seen in the P block. So where the first member always differs. Okay, so due to some reasons are there, that point will discuss where under the heading anomalous behavior or the anomalous properties of the first member in the second period. Okay, right. So now what we'll do, we'll go to the first physical trends, then we'll go to the chemical trends. Okay, right. So this is what trends in physical properties. Okay, right. So let me shift this one this side. So Aram, so you can discuss. Yeah. First is what? Atomic radius. So plural form atomic radii. Hmm? See, atoms are so small. Atoms are so small. So to measure their radius is very difficult. Okay. Therefore, what we have to do? So we will not do separately the radius of an atom because it is so small, highly microscopic, tiny. At the molecular level, we have to understand. So therefore, getting single atom is very difficult. So what we do? We study in a group. So when we take a 1 gram of a particular sample or 1 ml of a particular sample, there a collection of atoms are there, collection of molecules are there. That time when the two atoms are close, so or some three atoms are close, that time we draw some imaginary line so that uh, uh, we draw some what I told that line. That line is called what a bond length. Okay, so we study in the chemical bonding also. So that line is called what the line which is connecting the two nuclei of atoms. Okay, so when the two nuclei are connected, so that time we may make use of the electron microscope. Okay, or we'll use the special technique known as the spectroscopy, or if you have the X-ray technique also we can make use. So you let us make use any R property part also. So sometimes property part, sometimes the device part, but totally what we'll do, we will use some device, we will use some method. Thereby we go for drawing imaginary line where we can see some clouds because electrons are not seen as if they are rotating around the nucleus. Planets are big in size that we can see, okay, but electrons are so small, it's very difficult. This point we have made clear in the second chapter only. So according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, it is impossible. He has used the word impossible. So it is impossible to measure the velocity and the momentum or the position of an electron at a time simultaneously. Okay, that's why. So uncertainty prevails always. That's why. So keeping this uncertainty in the mind, so we see the clouds. So where the maximum thickness is there, that means electron is spending more time there only. So let us join the thickness part, the last thick part of the cloud. So we will take. Then it is joined to the one more thick part of the one more atom that electron cloud. Then that is called diameter. So in this way, so because here is one important statement or sentence I have written here. Please, I will read for all of you. According to probability picture, the possibility of finding an electron is never zero, even up to large distances. Means what? Means maximum it spends time near the nucleus, agreed, due to the attractive force. But it is never zero, even up to large distance. Means from the nucleus, you go some far away. It may go for a while and come back once again. That means we cannot say exactly where it is spending time. So it is closer, it is in between, or less. once in 1 million time, or once in 1 crore time, or once in 1 lakh. So it will go far away. Again, I will come back. So due to some reasons of that time, okay. So what it may be experiencing that time. So that means we cannot say that electron is here only. That's why he has used the word what, Heisenberg, never zero. Possibility of finding an electron is never zero, even up to large distances. So electron can be located. Electron you can find anywhere around the nucleus in 3D. But only thing is what, where it is spending maximum. That is the area. That is the shape. So from that shape we draw lines. They become the radii. Okay, so it is the distance between the two nuclei which forms the diameter. Its half is taken as radius. So that is the way we will understand. And here is a pictorial way of what a small picture. So that red part is what? Red part is nucleus, and this small particle is electron spending time around the nucleus. So this is the maximum time where it is spending. We can find here also, we can find here also, everywhere. So possibility is there, but around 90%, 95% spending in this area only. So it is the shape, and it is the distance we take, and from there we draw a line, imaginary line. That is the distance, and because they are small in length, so special units are used. We have seen the first chapter. So units of small, they are called as what? Units of small. So nanometer, so angstrom unit, picometers, all those units we use for the what, to tell the distance for the small. Okay, so here normally we use in 11th class either picometers or nanometers. Sometimes we use angstrom unit also. Okay, so there is a converting factor. So please refer the first chapter where there is a beautiful table is given. So nano to pico, pico to, that we have studied under the dimensional analysis. Okay, there is a small topic known as what? Dimensional analysis, where we have converted from one unit to the other unit. So that you refer, so that easily we can, if I say in picometer, you can think of the nanometer. If I say nanometer, you convert it to the picometers. Okay, right, all those. So this is the way what atomic radius is told. Now covalent radii, that is general word. So atomic radii is a general word. Now what is covalent radii? It is for only covalent molecules. Okay, so when the two atoms in a covalent molecule comes close, okay, that time we draw once again imaginary line, and that becomes the covalent diameter, and its half is taken as covalent radii. So here the first member hydrogen is taken as example. So when the two hydrogen atoms comes by chance in contact with each other, so forms H2. So that time by seeing the clouds, so this is taken as distance. So hydrogen molecule, the bond length is 74 picometers. So the two centers are there, no? Which you call it the nuclei. Okay, so connecting the two nuclei of the two atoms, that is called its bond length. Length of a bond. Bond is what? Here bond means what? Bond, not that James Bond. Bond is here, it is a kind of force which holds atoms together. That is the idea in chemistry. That is the meaning. So a bond is a force that holds two atoms, minimum two atoms, because to make a bond we require at least two. More is allowed. Okay, so minimum two are required. So when those two will come in the vicinity where attractive force starts operating, that time if they go for the bonding, so that bond length, because of bonding, because of force, so that is called what? Bond length. Okay, so we say no, between these two boys, very best, very good friendship bond is there. So that means it's a kind of friendship bond, attractive understanding bond. So all those. So here it is a chemical bond. Okay, two atoms are joining together. So that is called what? A bond. Okay, so it's a kind of force. Force may be a physical, force may be a mental, force may be a social, force may be a chemical. So there are a variety of forces are there, but here it is a chemical force. It is the atomic force holding two atoms together. When they hold each other, whatever line is formed, that is called bond length, or in the normal language, it is called diameter. Okay, and its half is taken what? It is its half is atomic radius, or half of the bond length. So here the bond length in the case of hydrogen is 74 picometers. Its half is what? 37. Therefore, at covalent radii, because hydrogen is a covalent molecule. So covalent radii of hydrogen molecule is 37 picometers. So all these data are available. Okay, now science is developed a lot. Earlier it was a difficulty, so they used to keep many trials. So uh, years together, sometimes 7 years, sometimes 10 years. So they have to use whatever facility was available during that time. Now science is developed like anything. Okay, so we have sophisticated devices in the higher institutions where IITs are there, ISCs are there. Okay, so there if you enter, I think you will enjoy the real science by actually doing practicals. So here we understand theory part. In the higher class we apply the practicals. Okay, right. Now this is what second radius for the metals known as what metallic radii. Okay, so depend upon the category. Okay, if it is a ionic compound, sodium chloride, ionic radii. If it is a cold compound, cold radii. Okay, if it is a metal, it is a metallic radii. Or let us not use all those words. General word, all are atoms, all will become molecules. So general word is what atomic radii, like that. Okay, so depend upon type of the molecule you are allowed to use different words, or if you don't want to use general word is what atomic radius or the atomic radii. Okay, right. So for the copper, because copper is a metal, so they go for the lattice. So lattice is what? Lattice is it is a three-dimensional arrangement of small copper atoms. Okay, so in 3D. So what you are seeing on the slide is what? It's a 2D. Okay, so it is a 2D picture. So when you go to the 3D in space, one atom, other atom, here, so all those atoms will combine together. So that is called as the uh, regular arrangement of particles in 3D is what lattice, and in that we zoom only in that area where two atoms have joined together. That is drawn line, image line. That is called 2r or the diameter. Its half is taken as a radius, and because it is a metal structure, it belongs to a metal example, so it is called what? Metallic radii. Okay, right. So covalent radii, metallic radii, ionic radii. So when any atom loses electron or gains electron, so they become corresponding ions. By losing, they go for the cation, positive ion. By accepting, by gaining, they become the negative ion, anion. So their radius, their radii. Okay. So depend upon the situation, we keep using the some words. Now, this is the most important part of the today's discussion. What is this? Variation along period. Period is arrangement of elements in the increasing order of atomic number from left to right. This is what horizontal way of arranging what elements from left to right. Keeping in mind increase in the atomic number. Okay, but one important point is what here atomic number increases just by one. When you move from left to right in a period, atomic number is increasing by one. For example, lithium, okay, beryllium, lithium atomic number 3, beryllium atomic number 4, only one increase. After the beryllium, it is boron, only one difference, atomic number 5. So increase is there in the atomic number by just one in period. Okay, in the group, much difference is there because there they go for the creation of extra shell, new shell is created, but here in the same shell, in the same orbital, electrons are entering when you move from left to right. Okay, now what is the variation? What a trend we can see? Hmm? So that is the important point here. Okay, so let us see the trend here in a period when you move from left to right. Okay, lithium 3, 2, 1, beryllium 4, 2, 4, 2, 2, boron 2, 3, carbon 2, 4, nitrogen 2, 5. After nitrogen, oxygen 2, 6, fluorine 2, 7, and then last one neon 2, 8. So when you are moving from left to right, I said atomic number is increasing by 1. So that means electrons are increasing by 1. That one increase is there, no, in the electron. Where it is going? It is going in the same level. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8. In the 2 only it is going. Okay, you see, second is what? It is 2, 1. Again 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. if you go as per the Aufbau principle, it is 1s2, 2s1 lithium. Then comes the beryllium 1s2, 2s2. So the electron enters in the same 2s only. No extra shell is created. There is no p created here. Okay. But in the case of boron, 1s2, 2s2, 2p starts. P orbital starts. But what is the principal quantum number of the p? Again 2 only. Again 2 only. Okay. So the outermost electron in the case of boron is entering in where? In the same quantum number, that is 2. So 2p1, 2p2 and so on. So there is no extra shell is created here. In the same orbital, in the same principal quantum number, electrons are entering. So because of this, what happens here? What happens, So that means uh, due to the almost entry of the electrons in the same level, nucleus will have control over the electrons. It is not going far away. Okay. So when electrons goes far away, then we expect a weak force of attraction between its nucleus and electron. But here, because electron is the same level, so thereby, so there is a tendency, what we have seen, to attract the electrons, because in the same level, electrons are becoming more. At the same time, by increasing the atomic number, what is happening? Electrons are increasing. At the same time, protons are also increasing in the nucleus. Positive charge is increasing in the nucleus. Okay. So electron is small, and it is because it is the same level, and proton is what? Very much bigger than the electron. If you take atomic mass of proton as 1 for understanding, then electronic mass becomes 1 by 1840. Okay, so small. So that small mass can be easily controlled by the bigger mass of proton, because that electron is in the same level. If it is far away, then problem is there. But it is not in the far away, it is in the same level, small in size. At the same time, charge is there. Though the electron has charge, even with proton also charge is there. So with proton, charge plus mass, both are there. And electron in the same level. So because of all these reasons, what happens here? Nucleus will control the electron, and sometimes it will drag due to the attractive force. So we find a slight, there is a shrink in the what? Size. That means what? We see decrease in the size when we move from left to right in a period. So reasons are what? Reasons are, by increasing the atomic number, as point number 1, increasing the proton number, increasing the positive charge, electron mass is less, electron is going to the same level, no extra shell, so thereby proton will have control. So slightly small decrease is there in the size, and that data, this at the bottom I have written here. Lithium is what? More in size compared to beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine in the water, in the second period. Okay. First period is what? First period is hydrogen, helium. Second period is what? Atomic number 3, lithium. So make it 3. Make it 2 here. Okay. So this is the second period. Order is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Okay. Right. Now see the, let us, can we have a data? Yeah, definitely. Data is there. That data is there here. You see what? Data: lithium 152, 111, 88, 77, 74, 66, fluorine 64. So biggest lithium, smallest fluorine. Trend is decrease in the atomic size, moving from left to right or across a period. In the same way, one more data is available here. That is the third period, from sodium to the chlorine: 186, 160, 143, 117, 110, 104 and 99. So these are data. Now you can see graphically also. So these are graphical way. All these are available. So this is directly we have taken from the your famous NCERT textbook, most best books, user friendly. So you see the graph. Okay, lithium on the top with more radius. Okay, so as we move from lithium to beryllium to last fluorine, so size is decreasing. So downward trend is there. That is understanding. Okay, right. Now variation along a group. What is group? From top to bottom. Arranging in the increasing order of atomic number from top to bottom. So here what happens, I told, extra shell is created. Okay. So because extra shell is created, they go far away. So that means nucleus will not have that much control. Control is there. Control is there. We cannot say control is not there. Otherwise, it would have gone for the what unstable. Okay. So stability is lost. So stability is there. Only see in 11th and 12th always you go for the comparative study. Okay. Compare. Then conclude. So that is called a reasoning level. This is known as what logical reasoning of understanding the concepts. Okay. So we compare here. So compared to period, we see in the group control is very less. So because when the control is less, when the electron is going far away from the nucleus, naturally we expect a bigger size. So when we move, what is the trend here? Trend is when we move from top to bottom in a group vertically, the time atomic size has to increase. There is no doubt in that. Okay, right. So lithium is what? I have, you see, lithium is smaller than the sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Potassium make it the capital. So okay, sometimes the caps lock, all those. So please write to the capital. Okay, right. See data for the group also. Okay, data for the group also. So two groups are selected here. The two very famous. One is the alkali metal, other one is halogens. Okay, so alkali metals, they are the best alkalis and they're the best metals, and whereas group 17, it is called as what? 17th is called as halogens. Okay, halo means what? Salt formation. So among all the salts in chemistry, the best salts we will have from the halogens. So fluorides, chlorides, bromides, iodides, acetides, all those are the salts. And one salt we are using every day, that is what? Sodium chloride, chloride. Okay. So all halogens goes for the salts. So for that we use the Greek literature. So salt formation group, halo group, halogene. Okay, right. So you see the trend data. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. I have not taken the francium because francium bottom member is radioactive. So we normally don't take examples of radioactive. So they keep disintegrating, they keep decomposing. Okay, so that's why. So we excluding the bottom member of francium. So I have taken up to cesium. So lithium to cesium. Please see atomic radius data. 152186231244262. Definite increase is there. Definite increase is there. Okay, sir. Whereas in the case of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, stein, 17th. So what we see? We see 64, 99, 114, 133, 140. Okay, so it is increasing. The meeting will end for all participants in 5 minutes. Okay, no problem. So I think we have discussed today what trends, which trend? Radius trend. Okay, so in a period and in a group, we understood in a period it is either same or decreases, and in the group increase is guarantee. So any doubt? Most welcome.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, can covalent bond be formed with dissimilar atoms, sir?
Definitely, they should be what ready to share. Hydrogen chloride covalent, methane C and H covalent. Okay, so there are two types of covalent molecules. One is a molecule formed by the same atoms H2, Cl2, O2,
Yes,
HCl with different hetero. Hmm? Okay.
yes.
Only thing is what? By sharing covalent, by transfer ionic. Simple. What is the electronic transaction? What is the electronic mode? What is electronic movement is happening? We will see. Accordingly, we will name the bond. Transfer, straight away you go, it is electrovalent. Yeah, next.
Okay.
Anything, my co-host, Sushmita?
Sir,
Ah,
how radio will increase in period, sir?
how?
Radio
Hmm.
will increase in periods.
No, just a few, 1 or 2 minutes back I told. The radius will never increase in the period. It is increase in the group. In the period, either same or decreases due to the electron
Yes, sir.
entering the same level. Okay. Increase is not there in
Increase.
the, no, never. We don't find increase
Yes.
in the period. Okay, right. Next.
But sir, there are some exceptions, no, sir, like helium.
What I said in the beginning. Trend is there. Trend is there. Okay. Trend is
Yes,
general way of movement. Okay. So
yes.
there are some lacuna. There are some anomalies I also said. So we will discuss later when we start the chemical bonding where there are some contractions are there due to the D entry, due to the F entry. Okay. We will discuss.
Okay, sir.
Now general trend is seen, but there are some abnormalities are there. Even in the modern periodic table, if you see carefully, okay, so there are some problems. Even till today, hydrogen is not justified. Like that. So there are some abnormalities are there, but let us not take, but we will understand. So as and when that example comes, okay. But today we are discussing general trends of what periodic trends. Okay, right. Then
Okay.
anything?
Thanks.
Okay, good, very good. Anybody, please? Most welcome. From Monday onwards, structure of atom chapter. Yeah, anything?
Not.
Okay, okay. Okay then. So I think you are saying no problem. So we'll wind up till what? Till the atomic radius. Still many trends are there. I told you in the beginning I showed variety of trends are there. So those trends we discuss one by one. Okay, we'll understand because once we understand these trends, so automatically the other chapters become very easy. Chemical bonding. Okay. So okay then.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
thank you very much. Hmm?
Thank you, sir.